My apologies about that, everybody. My name is Coin. Most people will call me Coin. It's pretty easy to say. Welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Before we begin, I would like to take a moment and thank this month's Cycle's contributors, members, patrons, and so on. And I'll read that in just a second, I promise. I would like to thank Mr. Monkey Funk and Mr. Rowan Darcy for their continued subscriptions during this month's cycle. I hope that you too enjoy all of the benefits that come along with the Prime Gaming subscription, including all those nice, totally awesome animated Tier 1 emotes that I worked pretty damn hard on, if you don't mind my say so. Sorry, that came on a little strong, huh? I don't have any one-off patrons, but I would like to thank Mr. Rasby, the player, for their continued Valkyrie tier subscription, or Valkyrie tier membership over on Coffee. Much obliged. I do hope you enjoy many of these same benefits as your peers. I don't have any one-off contributors, but I would like to thank people for making one-time donations in the past. Now, why don't we play the game of the camera, eh? Yeah, there we go. There's that camera game. There's what I have to play. Mr. Jason, my apologies for the wait. Good to see you, good sir. Hopefully you're doing well in both body and mind, and I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope that you're feeling, greetings, Coin, good sir. I hope that you're feeling a little bit better today. Not really. I did take some, anti-bloat meds, so I'm hoping that those should have kicked in by now. I do feel a little better, but, like, nominally, marginally better. It's really not much. I will take it easy. Don't worry, and, I won't strain myself. Promise. You've got my word on that. Last time on Tears of the Kingdom, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we cleaned up a handful of tasks. We found the horn statue near the emergency shelter in the Royal Passage. We found that. Let's see, we also talked to and received quests from a couple of other people. And then we had this nice little game that we had to play with the Necluda lookout tower. We had to go open it up from within. Some miscreant managed to clog up / obstruct the sliding doors. Yeah, that was real fun. And then we made it to Kakariko Village, where we learned that Paya from her assistant Dorian seemed to not be doing her job. Goodness knows why that is the case. Paya seemed like a relatively sweet individual in Breath of the Wild when we found them, so I'm eager to see what has caused this transformation of character. Or maybe she was always like that from the start. I have no idea. Anyway, I had us start off here so that we could get some energy wells from the stuff I did while grinding. I saved up enough for a full battery. I had to go without letting you know yesterday you were very tired. No worries, Mr. Jason. I kind of figured that's probably what happened. You were very tired. I mean, if you need to leave, like, much earlier or something, that's totally fine. That's life, you know. Like, I've dozed at my desk before. Imagine I wake up, right, and you know, I was sitting there watching one stream while at my desk, and I wake up to a completely different one after I find myself awake from my desk. It's happened a few times. Needless to say, please don't feel obligated to let me know that you know you're leaving. If you have to leave, you gotta leave. Letting me know is nice, but it is not required. All right. We do have energy. We did get a full battery here. I made sure to save up for that. Nice. 4 more of these and we're totally finished. Imagine falling asleep in a stream and then you've gone through several raids. That's the Twitch experience for you. That's the live TV experience. It really is like falling asleep at your telly, you know? You wake up and you're not sure what kind of program you're watching, but you know you don't want anything to do with it. Also, you're making this battery grind look easy. I'm glad I make it look easy, Mr. Jason. I'm flattered you think that. You did go on to say that it annoyed you a lot. Many hours in the depths, many hours, many enemy camps, many grind sessions, many revisits at the mine, many times where I'll get done with a cycle or I feel like I want to move on to something else, go over to the forge constructs, convert all the ore, rest for a 2-day cycle, rinse and repeat until I've spent down to about 400 ore in inventory. There's a reason that when we voted on this procedure early on in Tears of the Kingdom, people were like, yeah, we don't need to see the on-camera grinding, thank you, but no. Because imagine if I did show all of that on screen, we would be episode 40 and maybe halfway to where we currently are now. We would be about half as far. It's a long slog. You just went around to all the big mines and looted their treasure chests for large crystallized charges. I did get some from like killing gloom infested Lionels or Hinoxes as well. Like that's something else that contributed. I'd get like anywhere between 20 and like 80 depending on how long I sat in the depths, running from point to point, mining every single thing, killing every single thing, plucking every single thing on offer. Hours and hours of sorry. I'm going on for entirely too long, but my point is that there's a reason I didn't show all of that time I spent. Also, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a magic rod, which I think I might have to go to one of the bargainer statues in the depths. But I've also got a great deal of Poe statues, or Poe souls. I want to get rid of these. I believe we want 100 for a magic rod. Yeah, let's 37 of these. I have plenty of puff shrooms. I've been using more muddle buds as of lately, so having them on retainer is nice. All right, so the other reason I started us here, more than any place else, is because we're gonna go back into the caves. We're gonna go back into the Royal Passage. And, more importantly, we're going to go find, or at least I believe we're going to go find, the chest plate for this soldier's set. That is my goal. I'm going to spend maybe 15 15-20 minutes in here, starting from when we make it up to the point we previously had, the point we had previously reached, and then we're going to you know, move on, because we have Necluda. We got things in Necluda to do. Mr. Jason says you got 3 magic rods and just place the 3 Gliak horns on them. Yeah, I intend to do that once I purchase them. And you set them in an armory in Link's house. Fair. Like this. All right. And same deal with you. And a blood moon did happen as well while I was doing off-screen things. Hey there, Mr. Fabian. Welcome on in. Good to see you, good sir. Hopefully you're doing well in both body and mind, and I hope you enjoy your stay. You've come in just in time. We are doing a bit of spelunking down in the Royal Hidden Passage to try to find this last armor set piece. That's kind of our goal for these first few minutes. Yet another reason to visit Terrytown. I know everyone wants me to go to Terrytown. I'm not unopposed to doing it earlier. It's just that which armor? The soldier set, Mr. Fabian. The soldier's greaves, the soldier's helm. Well, and the last one we need is the chest plate, and I'm almost certain that we're gonna find that chest piece in here. We just need to find the right place more than anything. Yeah, like I was saying before, I'm not unopposed to visiting Terrytown earlier. I just kind of figured since we would have to, since we kind of have to go through the Goron area, aka, I better pay attention. Since we'd have to go through Death Mountain and the Elden Mountains anyway before getting to Akala, we could just do it then, or do it after that, and it would kind of make sense. But I'm not unopposed to doing it, say, after Necluda either. Imagine if a gloom spawn guards the chess piece. Oh God, I hope not. You don't think that it does? It probably not. I would have seen it by now. Mr. Fabian says, oh yeah, I have it, but I forgot where to get it. Well, that is in large part what we are attempting to do today, is make it to this point where we were earlier. I did not want to do this. Oh, okay, game. Fine. You wanna pick a fight with me? Let's pick the fight then. Sorry, this will only take me a moment. I was totally content not to fight this Stalnox. This Stalnox has other ideas. Come on. Oh, nice job, Mr. Tulin. Nice job. Mr. Stalnox, I just want you to know, I was gonna leave you alone. I was not interested in fighting. You said otherwise. You were not interested in leaving me be. So, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve. Alright, now I have to try to remember. I think we go through... I think it was through that bit of rubble, and then I think that would have been the new room. Let's test my theory. And then as soon as that has happened, or as soon as I know for sure, you know, I'll put on a note. Yep, okay, found it. Imagine if a blood moon happened while fighting a Stalnox. I don't think it resets the current fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it did. Like at all. Alright. So we've got some zonite sediment. This is going to be fun knocking away for some extra resources. This is the type of stuff you see in the mines. Oh, it's luminous sediment. I thought it was zonite sediment. You know what? I guess I should have realized the texture was a bit different. All right. Really, Link? Come on, man. Not sure how much time I want to spend mining all of this luminous, stuff. Think I'll probably... yeah, I was about to say, there's probably a passageway behind this. Okay, that is correct. We do have a passageway behind here. However, I almost want to say that our armor is probably up on this level because this is where we've been finding, like, not sewer systems, but, like, various parts of... Sorry, I'm still a bit bloaty. The medicine I have taken has helped, but I am dealing with gas at inopportune times. Not the nether regions variety, no, worse. But anyway, kind of makes it hard to talk while it's happening. Let me make sure I've not missed any messages here. Most people with the Nintendo Switch 2 will probably upgrade their copy of Kirby and the Forgotten Land with the Nintendo Switch 2 edition and Star-Crossed World next month. Probably, yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense to me as well. As for you, you're buying the physical edition because the Star-Crossed World content will then be on a cartridge. Yeah, and so Nintendo can't take it away from you, right? I mean, that is the hope anyway. I've heard, not that they're going to be walking anything back, but depending on the results of the Pal World lawsuit, we may or may not see some rollbacks of certain things. Definitely not the virtual cartridge system for sure. I don't expect that. But maybe perhaps like some of the anti-bricking policies. Mr. Fabian, let me make sure I read that. You're currently playing Splatoon. Do you know that game franchise from Nintendo? I do, in fact, know about Splatoon. I know about all three of them. Actually, I have not played any of those titles, but I have watched Chugga Conroy make a real huge guide out of both 1 and 2. Mr. Jason says, I also know of Splatoon. It's quite the incredible series. Insert eye roll gif here. I do not want to do that. Really? Do I want to know what's down there? No, I'm almost certain the treasure chest is up here, and I don't want to be down here quite yet. Oh, you know what I'm willing to bet? I'm willing to bet that we actually have to go down there because we don't have any way in this sealed room. We don't. We've got to ascend through it. Mr. Fabian says, good one. You actually laughed. Well, look at that, Mr. Jason. You have yet another fan. I am truly blessed with a funny audience. I really do mean that. You guys are the comedians I could never be. Or that I wish I could be. I'm willing to bet this is our friend, the chess piece. Right here. Yeah! It's nice when we're correct, everybody. Hyrulean guards praise this armor for its superior defense. Made from sturdy plates of metal, the high-level craftsmanship that went into it is obvious with just a glance. How about that? That is a complete set right there. Oh, you know what we could do? We could just literally drop the crate into the hole. Like all the crates into the hole. We just need to do this a few times. Or, you know, we can realize when that's not going to work and I'll break it up. There we go. So we now have a very defensive set that we probably should be wearing when we fight field bosses now, at least for the time being. This is nice to have. And I was wondering, you know, whether or not they were going to do away with this set, given that the rusting, this is basically Nintendo's version of the rusting curse, that came from, Bale himself. For those who are not, familiar with what I'm talking about, the Baldur's Gate, series. For the Baldur's Gate series, the first couple have, I think it's the first one more than the second one, but they had experienced a rusting curse. All of the ore that you could find in the mines in like the Shattered Sword Coast was very much tainted. You couldn't use it. You couldn't make any metal bars or armor with it. So metal armor was just very hard to find. And I promise I'll read that comment I saw on YouTube in just a moment. And no, I don't want this. I can't take that out here. Game, are you actually inhibiting my ability to dump things? Yeah, I suppose you would be. There we go. Yeah, so the entire goal of, like, the first couple of Baldur's Gate games, you know, 3 not included, of course, is in fact to figure out the cause of the rusting curse, so that, you know, people can wear plate armor again, and, you know, plate armor doesn't cost 1,000 gold for no reason. Among just, you know, figuring out what the heck was the cause of it in the first place so that it doesn't continue happening. Even more so than, yes, I need armor to be cheaper. The Baldur's Gate series is actually quite a compelling one. I would love to play it for you guys sometime, but I fear that is not the audience I have cultivated, for the most part. We're gonna drop the Lionel shield here, and we're gonna staple this puppy, to one of these shields. There, now we get the properties of both. Isn't that just fantastic? I think. I'm gonna hope that works the way I think it does. All right, let me go ahead and read the comment real quick. Mr. Fabian says, for field bosses, you recommend the upgraded Barbarian set. Yeah, I figured that would probably make its return here. Maybe eventually. This is still, the soldier set is still a good defensive option, especially if you don't have great skill with combat in this game. Defense can help you a lot. For your field bosses, I just recommend your inventory. Yeah, Mr. Jason, can I just say your inventory is cracked? That is a lot of Lionel weapons. That is a lot of Lionel bows. That is a lot of Lionel shields. My goodness, that is a large inventory of just absolutely broken stuff. How much further do I even want to go here? We've already gotten what I came here for, but I almost need to know what's down here. Plus, there's a bubble frog that's down here. All of those Savage Lionel bows are the 5-shot bows. Yeah, the 32x5. I do believe 32x5 is the best one that you can get. Yeah, so if all 5 arrows of your arrows hit, it's 160 damage. You know, before defense mitigation or defense values are concerned. Yeah, that's like, that's something else. I could not begin to tell you how much time that would require on my end. You didn't consider defense? Oh no, you don't need to. You're telling me what the total attack value is, right? The total attack value is 160. But it's fine, you have those Lionel swords. I mean, those damage values also don't calculate defense. Either, but I mean, 132 attack damage per swing is nothing to scoff at, and most enemies I think have somewhere between, I think it's like 38 and like 85 points of defense. I know there's like a huge scalar formula. I'd have to go dig it out of, I'd have to go find a wiki to like talk about it, but I know it was something that was discussed in Breath of the Wild, where the values. Mr. Jason's gonna lurk. Very well, Mr. Jason. Go, do what you gotta do, good sir. Mr. Fabian also says, I'm sorry, but you've gotta go, so bye-bye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by, Mr. Fabian. I hope I could see you back sooner rather than later, but If not, you know, do have a good rest of your day. Rest well and be well, my lovely senator and inductee. And I think we're heading toward the right. Maybe toward, like, the right place. We found the thing. Mr. Jason says you'll send a video to me during the first intermission? Sure. Sure. Anything else in here? Yeah, it's like we can go in through these tunnels. Ah, wait a sec. I think I know where we are. That's it. Single file, ladies and gentlemen, single file. Well, we found the thing. I guess while we're here, right, before we go in, you know, start going toward, Kakariko Village, once again, because I do want to, you know, get to some of the important stuff in there. Yeah, before we go to Kakariko Village, there is one other point of order I kind of wanted to take care of, while we were here, and that was, finding... I had bumped into some areas in the castle earlier that I kind of wanted to go manage, or otherwise deal with. And this is my opportunity to do that so that I can spend the rest of the time in the castle farming. And this gives us the excuse while we're here that we can grind up. We can grind up Horriblin horns too while we're here. Let's see. Maybe some... This is a mid-level effect. So let's use the low-level effect. You just walk on through. It's just like near the beginning of the game again, where we came in and killed Horriblins quite a few times on camera. Let's see, I think we can just push that open. Actually, what we can do is we can actually use a device here. What do you mean I can't take that out here? Thank you. This is it right here. This is the guard's chamber. I had wanted to come here much, much earlier, but, you know, we were in the midst of collecting Koroks and things, so it's fine that we do this now. Okay. Just come in like this, and I think it's not here, but that does open up some stuff for us. Yeah, here was like the royal, like the Royal Guardsman set. I think that's what that was. There was like a whole hubbubaloo about puzzles to do. I think it's this chest right here. The Royal Guard uniform, the dignified uniform for Hyrule's Royal Guard. It's made of lightweight materials and is both stylish and practical, recently reproduced and made available. Also, you know, doing things like this right now means that we don't have to, means that I can come here and farm if I want to. Yeah, we can essentially, you know, come out and do the things we want to do without too much issue anyway. I'm gonna come right over here, pull those out. Every little bit of arrow farming really does help. Okay, nothing here. I think that's the only thing we're gonna find is like the, if I lift this up right, yeah, absolutely nothing. Yeah, I'm almost sure the only thing that was in here was actually that chest that contained one of the 3 pieces for the Royal Guardsman set. All right, so now that we've done that, I'm going to press that down. I think I see why the game wanted us to not do that. Here we are. I believe this should take us back out to the dining hall, if I'm remembering my positions correctly. Ah, no, this took us back out here. All right. Moving through these is so much easier. I hated having to prop that up with the Cryonis rune. Right, we know you're doing the thing. I'll never say no to the sturdy sticks. Alright, we know that's coming. There, we have those sticks for later. Our supply of weapons is actually starting to dwindle a little bit, just a little. But, you know, I think that's fine, personally. I've been wanting to use up some anyway. Now, what do I want to do next? I guess I'm just kind of taking a look around for other areas. If I can find the rest of the set, I will, but I'm pretty sure the Sanctum is gonna be where we're gonna find the other 2 pieces. I'm almost 100% sure of that. But I just wanted to go in and get that the Royal Guard's chest piece there while I could find it. Now, why don't we head over to Kakariko Village. And go talk to Miss Paya, hmm? Oh. Oh, did I ever... Out of the stream's gonna get real crunchy for a second while I confirm this. So sorry in advance. Might as well do it now. Okay. And we don't need to be using our armor set, our gliding armor, or we don't need to be using our soldier armor for this next part. We're good here. I think while we're here, we're also going to start off by grabbing the shrine that is near Kakariko, so that we don't have to keep flying to it. But from what I understand about what I've unfortunately had to read about with the ring ruins that are there, that is a late game thing. It's like a super late game thing, and so we don't do this until later. But we should at least still talk to Paya. We should at least still talk to everybody. You know, get a lay of the land, and then after Kakariko Village, we can start grinding Korok seeds. Those have got to happen at some point. An upright device, you say? You giving us anything, or you just... Okay, are you trying to tell us that ascend is like the first thing we should be bearing in mind? And then we've got... Oh, it just straight up sets it up right. Okay. Interesting. So I'm willing to bet then. If we do it like that... Oh, that's not quite what I wanted. That is not what I wanted whatsoever. So it seems like the physics of the thing are still very much kind of a work in progress, but yeah, just like this. Yeah, you probably weren't crossing this gap without doing that. Okay, so we have... What do we have next? We have a place to insert an orb. And we've got... okay, so basically this game is teaching us all... Oh, no, nice. This game is in fact teaching us all about stabilizers, is what I'm hearing. Can we climb on the thing? I don't think so. No, we can't. We literally cannot do things that way. Okay, so this one started pre-activated. Now we had to or the other one started pre-activated. Now we actually got to do things the correct way here. All right. So we do it like that. Like so. Oh my goodness. Oh, we need to extend our reach. With the stabilizer is what's got to happen. Glue this to the bowl, like so. What the heck? Oh, so it can only stabilize one surface at a time is what I'm hearing. All right, good to know. You sent the video that you mentioned via DM just now. That same Stalnox melted like butter to one of the swords of yours. I'll look at it. Yeah, I will definitely look at it over break. On phone, and that should get me. I should be able to view it then. All right, so what's the deal here? We've got like a couple of cups. I'm willing to bet that we've not found a chest yet. We need to find that before continuing. Oh, I'm an idiot. I just literally... Well, okay, I'm not an idiot, but like I literally just didn't see it. What? Why are the stabilizers acting this way? Let me remove this stabilizer. There are some interesting behaviors with these that are definitely worth fiddling around with once we have more of them. I think the stabilizers are really cool. I'm just kind of struggling to see their immediate value, I guess is all. Oh, it'll even reorient in midair. Nice. You also reloaded a previous save file as you won't waste a Lionel sword on a minor enemy. Fair. Yeah, if you go through all the trouble of fusing a Lionel sword, you certainly do want to use it only when actually appropriate. AKA like an armored Lionel or a Gleeok or something. Something along those lines anyway. Oh, you don't even waste your time with standard Gleeoks anymore? Really? But then how do you get the, how do you maintain the, elemental Gleeok horns? Did you just farm so many of them that they are non-problem for you? Okay. They're wanting us to stack, all the stabilizers. I'm convinced, this is what they want us to do. Just maybe not with, Oh, it's just gonna hold it on its own. That's actually really impressive. Okay, the physics of the thing notwithstanding, of course. You defeated all 14 Gleox, 10 standard, and 4 king. Makes sense. So I guess you just got what you want. You got the parts that you wanted, and then you sort of moved on, right? Maybe something like this?
You hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks.
Well, my lovely senators and inductees, that is the alarm bell for the 5-minute warning for the commercial break. We do take commercial breaks here, mostly for the folks on Twitch. Yeah, so that the ads are, in general, less invasive, excuse me. I do usually do some chilling during this time as well, so I'll go ahead and get that out of the way here. If any of you guys like the content and you want to continue to see it, please do consider supporting me on Twitch or YouTube by following or subscribing. Those are free things that you can just do. Oh my goodness. I probably need to move this back about a hair and should be good then. Those are free, easy methods to help the channel grow. Please also consider, sharing this with your friends, family, co-workers, all that fun stuff. And then please also consider, sorry, I had complete brain fog there. And that wasn't even what I was going to say in the first place. If you do end up, okay, I'm quite sure I have to stack these vertically. There's no other recourse. Yeah, I think that's exactly what this is trying to teach me too. We'll have to fix that. But, I gotcha. Don't even think about it. In fact, I think what I probably have to do is just make it stand completely straight up and go from there. Just quite literally stack these things on top of each other. Okay, maybe something like this. It has to be really high, and we kind of essentially have to just use the grating and kind of jump off the back. I think that's what we have to do. Very, very lackadaisy, but it's a stabilizer. That's what these things are here to do. Anyway, like I was saying, oh my goodness, I actually can't, am I even going to be able to get up there? Not with it doing that. Wait, I think I have to stabilize this thing with me on it. I think that's what's gotta happen. But the commercial breaks are 3 minutes long, roughly, and there will be a timer on the screen once they're all said and done. Or we could literally use it as a catapult. I forgot that was another way in which that could work. That's really nifty. Because I'm definitely going to be away from my desk during the commercial break. And I suggest everyone else do the same during those 3 minutes, because ads suck. No one likes ads. No one likes dealing with ads. It's all scripted. Mr. Jason says you have 20 Gliok guts, 27 flame, frost, and thunder horns, and 144 Gliok wings. I believe you. That's a lot. That's a lot of that's a lot of Gliok parts, and each gut sells for 200 rupees. Things to know when you're farming. I'll see you guys after the break. Thanks. Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. Gonna be a little bit sluggish. I took another dose of the anti-bloat medicine, so with any luck in the next half hour, I will finally stop feeling quite so sluggish. Thank you, Mr. Jason, and I did look at that video. impressive. That was like, what, 7, 8 hits total? Because Stalnoxes do have quite a bit of health. Yeah, impressive stuff. I do apologize for that 3-4 minute long screen of staring at King Rauru and Queen Sophia. Excuse me. I know that could not have been an entertaining sight. Okay, we have made it here to Kakariko Village. I feel like wearing our soldier set because I just want to. All right, so let's talk to Lady Paya and figure, indeed, Stalnox have 1,000 HP. Yeah, so the attack value made a lot of sense, and I don't think the Stalnox have too much defense. I feel like they're in the 38 camp as opposed to the 85 point camp.
Yeah.
The ring ruins are the most intriguing ruins I've researched, especially this one, the way part of it floats up there. You had the foresight to focus on all of these special ruins and invite the survey team to take a look right away. I'm impressed, Chief Paya. Oh no, I know, Chief. I just couldn't refuse my predecessor when she decided to pass the title to me rather suddenly. I'm really a chief in name only, since I still have a great deal to... Oh, is that you, Master Link? I'm so happy that I get to see you again. I had to travel the world and sail the 7 seas to find a GIF of Miss Paya. Do you know how hard it is to find GIFs of things on Twitter sometimes? Oh my goodness. Trying to find... I try to make a habit of including a GIF with my first post that just links the message for the day. Sometimes I can get them related to Tears of the Kingdom. Sometimes I have to just take a general GIF, and sometimes nothing fits, so I don't post one. I really, really wanted a GIF of Paya, so I went on Google and I sourced one out from a Tumblr user. I went and made the necessary snips and edits and everything, and gave proper credit too, because the person who went through and posted that on like a subsection of Tumblr worked very hard to clip the 4 ladies and their intro segments, so I better bloody give them some credit. I'm overjoyed that both you and Princess Zelda are safe, Master Link. About that. What? Princess Zelda's still missing? That just confuses the matter more. You see, I actually met with the princess not too long ago. It was immediately after the upheaval. Princess Zelda came here to Kakariko Village. Let me make sure I also haven't seen any YouTube messages. No, okay. She ordered us all to stay far away from the ring ruin that floats above us. No matter what. I saw her myself, the princess, right before my eyes. She left as soon as she arrived. I wasn't able to ask her anything more about those unusual instructions. We thought it was to protect the villagers from harm. This ruin does look like it could come crashing down at any time. That's what Pi and I suspect, at least. But still, I know you would not misspeak, Master Link, especially on a matter of such importance. How confusing. Oh, my apologies, Master Link. I was so pleased to see you, I completely forgot common courtesy. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Taro, an esteemed member of the Zonai survey team. I invited him here to investigate the ring ruins that fell on our village. He has incredibly deep knowledge of the Zonai civilization. He's even familiar with Zonai script. He is truly an incredibly talented individual. It's clear that the floating ring ruin that we were forbidden to explore is a unique and incredibly valuable find. Several more ring ruins with such a shape have fallen down around the village. Most have broken apart in some way. What's fascinating is that a stone slab with writing was found at each site. Deciphering the text showed that each slab contains rather interesting content, including mention of sages. There's still so much we don't understand. I think that perhaps the ruin floating in the air also has a slab that makes mention of the sages. I can't investigate, as that would go against Princess Zelda's direct orders. If only I could meet with her again, I'm sure I could persuade her to change her mind. In any case, I'm having trouble squaring your story with about Princess Zelda with the Princess Zelda we met. If everything is all right, why won't she just show herself? She must have some reason. Until we find out Princess Zelda's true intentions, we have no choice but to trust her and leave that ruin alone. I'm glad we found her. She definitely looks like she's up to the task. We need to help her get out of whatever this is, and that unfortunately is not going to be for a long time. The chief of the Sheikah tribe, she takes the duty she inherited from her grandmother Impa seriously, and she draws strength in her own way from being a gentle soul at heart. She has considerable affection for Link, in part because of her grandmother's many tales about the hero who defeated the Calamity. Hey there, Mr. Bear Type. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well in both body and mind, and I hope you enjoy your stay. We got to the village yesterday, but we only just started talking to folks today. We basically got to the village, and then that's when I had to call things early. I'm hoping that, with the anti-bloat medicine I've taken, that, I'll be able to, go maybe even an extra hour today. Mr. Bear Type? Okay, you'll stop with this? What are you doing? Under Princess Zelda's orders, everyone is strictly forbidden from getting close to that ring. If that applies to an archaeologist like me, it certainly applies to an amateur like you. Princess Zelda visited Kakariko Village recently. Her orders were clear. Of all the ring ruins, this site is off limits. She left before giving any sort of reason why. Maybe she wanted to keep the villagers safe. Ruins aren't known for being structurally sound, after all. I didn't get if there is anything big to do here, but you didn't get a look. You didn't look a lot there. Hey, you there! Come here. Oh my god. This guy looks angry for no reason. Haven't you heard? It's strictly forbidden to get near the ring ruin. So you better be on your way. I really want to get in there and poke around, but I'd be directly opposing Princess Zelda's orders. Is this the end of my dream that someday Princess Zelda will call me Dr. Callip? Dr. Calipers? Dr. Calipers, everybody.
Sure, Jan.
Okay, girl. Okay, Boomer. Let's get you to bed. Take your meds, and go lie down for a nap. Yeah. That was bad. Bad joke. You hate him? He's just, he just looks angry while following orders. Hey there, kid. Did you come to see the ring ruins too? We might bump into each other when you're running around the village seeing the sights. If you want to learn about the ring ruins, be sure to ask the Zonai survey team people here, or the village chief. Ring ruins? They're only the most amazing sight to see in Hyrule. Of all the ruins that fell everywhere, these ring-shaped wonders are only in this village. 5 of them. They found a stone slab with Zonai writing in 4 of the ruins. Those ancient messages are the main reason I came to this village. The problem is, I have an extreme fear of heights. Me too, buddy. My legs start shaking if I'm even on the second floor of a house. Okay, not quite that bad, but I do know what a fear of heights is. Mr. Jason says, I'm still here, no worries. But you're just gonna practice the Gloom Spawn Flurry Rush? Good luck with the practice. Doing that on one Gloom hand was quite difficult. And every ring ruin fell somewhere high up. One of the ruins is floating above part of the village, so at least I can see it from below. The other 4, though, forget about it. I can't even get close. I wish I could find out what's on the stone slabs in each of those ruins. A trip through history. Stone slabs have been found in the ring ruins that fell around Kakariko Village. Bugga has come to see the writing on the slabs, but is afraid of heights, and can't visit the ruins. If you read what's written on each slab, let him know what they say. You have 4 more to tell him about. We're just gonna unlock services, maybe do a quest or 2, something along those lines, and then call it good. Oh, hello, Coco. It's nice to see you again. You were, I forget if it was Coco or the other. It might have been the other, other small child that was, cooking things. I think it might have been Katla. Yeah, I think it was Katla that was doing that. I remember so many of my previous visits to this lovely, lovely, lovely place. I'm sad. It won't appear, Mr. Jason says. I guess it's afraid of your skill level. Indeed. Just too good. You should mark your visit to the ring ruins in Kakariko Village. How about a ring garland? They're made with lots of love, and they're only 5 rupees each. Ring garland? They're decorations I made using flowers and plants and things. After the ring ruins fell from the sky, Kakariko Village got much busier. It's like we're more part of everyone's lives now, and they're more part of our village. So I started making garlands that look like the ring ruins, hoping they'd bring people together even more. I want them to make lots of people happy, so I'm only charging a little bit. That's right, only 5 rupees each. Well, I'll take one, sure. Thank you. Before you go, I'll add an extra little bit of love to it. Here you go. Okay. I am not 100% sure what to do with that. Oh, you must be the other little one. Katla. Now, what am I going to do with it? I have no idea. I have 0 clue what I'm going to do with the garland. You just fused it? You probably... I mean, that's probably not the best thing to do with it, but yeah, if you want to wear it. If you want to wear it around. Maybe even light it on fire. Yeah. Fusing it to a shield probably works. It's that I don't know you, and I should talk to strangers, but we're already talking, so maybe we aren't strangers anymore. This is probably fine. I guess fusing isn't the intended thing. Probably not, but I mean, can we buy another one? I'm sorry, but I can only make so many ring garlands. I'll sell you one each day. I hope you really like them, though. All right, I hope you have a lot of people in your day, too. I guess let's talk to people. Soak in the village, see the sights. Welcome, friend. Those eyelids feeling heavy? Then you've come to the right place. Pick any bed in this inn, and it's yours for a paltry 10,000 rupees. You want how much for a bed? I'm joking. You should have seen the look on your face.
Oh, give it a rest.
Just give it a rest. That was not a good joke. Worth the 10,000 rupees. Ooh, yeah, I don't even work here. I stopped by hoping to catch some Z's when the owner up and asked me to keep an eye on the place. He said he had to go make up the beds in the survey team tents and then he'd be right back, but I don't think he's coming back. I want to look for him, but there are 4 tent camps in this village and only 1 me. Could you maybe track down the owner and tell him to come back already? If you run across some sleepy-looking guys spacing out, you found your man. Dai was asked to watch over an inn, and he's starting to worry that the owner's not coming back. He asked you to try to find him. It seems the owner had gone out to change the survey team's bed sheets. Their tents are located in 4 different areas, though, so Dai's not sure where the owner could be. Are they all going to be shop quests? I think they might all be shop quests. Yep. All shop quests.
Hi.
Have I gotten any Koroks so far? Nope. We've been at 313 of them for a while. But once we're done in the village, we will probably start collecting them, yes. Any reason? Just wanted to do cleanup tasks first, mostly. Prior to you being here, we did grab the soldier set. We grabbed the last piece for it, and that took us maybe 15-20 minutes. We also went and grabbed the Royal Guardsman's chest piece out in one of the... I want to say it's in the guards... it's in the guards training area in Hyrule Castle. We just did those 2 things together. That took maybe 40 minutes total. 15 minutes prattling around, finding the chess piece. Probably another 5 to get to it, and then 20 minutes to walk from there to the castle to get everything. And I think that's about when you maybe came in. Yeah, you came in post break, so it would have been after those 2 things. Hello, welcome. I'm sorry, the old fellows who stock this place are busy driving off monsters. They've gone off to the ring ruins that's among the hills that lead west of the village. So as you can see, we've almost run out of goods. I'll answer that in 1 second. Those 2, they just don't get along. That's going to stand in the way of them taking care of that problem up there. I can't go and check up on them, and the longer they're away, the more worried I get. Codger's quarrel. Dear me, apologies for going on and on about my old worries. So what can I help you with? Stop by any time. Okay, so the large in-game action. So if I go and look at that. So large would be stuff that could be considered irreversible. Like, for example, one thing you could do is have me drop all of my shields. All of them. Absolutely all of them. And I'm not to pick them up again. Like, I could just lose a whole bunch of stuff. You could ask me to drop inventory. You can ask me to drop inventory. You could ask me to go somewhere early that I'm not supposed to go. You could have me go to Ganon right away. Of course, I'm gonna make a save. If I do that, so that we can revert back to where we were. But yes, I can do that. Just wetting the whistle there. You're more than welcome to do that if that's what you want to do. Or you can spend your 5,000 on some other large activity. Or you could actually, I guess there's not really much reason. Yeah, I suppose that's a bit of bookkeeping I should explain. I got rid of the VIP redemption. I've been told that if a moderator redeems that, they might accidentally remove their moderator status because those things don't mix. So managed to get what I really wanted anyway, which is a sound effect associated with VIP, but no points. So people are free to actually spend their points to redeem things and not just save up for some one-time thing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's definitely one of those. I don't play around with VIP much, so I kind of have to rely on other people to tell me this is how things work or what have you. I'm willing to bet this last... I think all the shops are going to be the ones that have quests. To answer your question, Mr. Bear Type, can I make you get to 600 Koroks this stream? If you want me to stream for 24 hours, I guess I could do that, but... Oh, I would really probably have to put my foot down on that one. 600 I don't think is feasible. You could probably have me try to get all the Koroks in this region, but I already intend on doing that. It would just take a lot of time. For the 10,000 one, you didn't get it because there's a 2.5 thousand one. That doesn't require, or yeah, it's the make me be quiet for 5 minutes one. Yeah, the 10K is if you don't want me to say some specific word, you don't get what's different about it. I'm glad you asked. So, since you're here on Twitch, Mr. Bear Type, if you'll click on the reward button in the bottom left-hand corner of your chat prompt, or wherever you're keeping your chat, and you scroll down to the one that says, "What the Fox Didn't Say," if you'll notice, you have to type in a message to send that. You're not allowed to just post that with nothing on it. So the idea is that you have a word, any word in the English language, any one at all, and when you type it, and you send it, that's the word I can't say for 5 minutes. Whereas if you clicked on, say, destroy my commentary, that just has me be quiet for 5 minutes. You don't have to put something in with that one. If you lose, there's no... Oh, you mean if I fail by saying the word? I just restart the timer and do it over again. God, I probably really should make I should make a clip collage of all of the redemptions that do something. Yeah, so it's not like, oh, I lost, here's this other thing that happens instead. No, I'll just keep redoing it until I get it. And if that means spending an hour doing it, okay. If that means spending maybe only 10 minutes getting it, because I've gotten it the second time round, that's exactly what I'll do. If you want like a good example of how this works in other with other streamers or entertainers, Mr. Bear Type, if you know of a creator named Point Crow, he's pretty prolific in the Legend of Zelda space, specifically Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but he's done other stuff too. He has some VODs and some edited videos of him not saying certain words This is based exactly on that redemption. The only difference is he can do a whole stream of this, and it's kind of the setup. Here, I just have it as a one-off redemption. You know, people can redeem it and have me do that for 5 minutes or however long it takes. And I suppose the other thing is just like the frequency. Like Point Crow has people that repeatedly make him change what it is he's not saying. I don't have that.
Oh.
With everyone making such a fuss about those ring ruins, I'm glad to see such a young lad like you visit my humble arrow shop. You must be a fine archer. If Lurelin Village had more archers like you, then maybe things wouldn't have happened like they did. Tell me about Lurelin Village. If you want to hear about my hometown, I can talk your ear off. Lurelin Village is a small fishing town on the southeastern coast. It may be out of the way, but it has shops and such you'll find only there. Our village is such a lovely place. But then it was seized by pirates, and everyone had to abandon the village. The villagers are scattered all over now. The leader of the village is desperate to save Lurelin, but who knows what'll happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to take us in such dark directions. No helping it. Now then, back to work. Seeing someone look at these arrows reminds me of my husband. There was a time he was a regular master archer. I wonder where he is now. He's helping, Lady Impa, who retired and went to go study geoglyphs. He's with her right now. Mr. Beartype says that Rick and Morty's last episode is on Sunday, and honestly, the season was very mid, with nothing too interesting, so you want to see what's with the last one? Yeah, I hear the show kind of became, a bit lackadaisical with, or a bit underwhelming. That's the word I want to use there. A bit underwhelming once they had to let go some of the talent for not nice reasons. Mr. Jason says you just wrecked a silver boss Bokoblin in 9 seconds. That's really freaking nice. 5 shots to the nose with arrows. Hilarious. I know you don't watch it, but I mean, I don't watch it, but my sibling did. At least before the voice actor in question got fired. As soon as they heard about it, they stopped watching. They dropped it. Snap of a finger. But nothing with the story. I don't know why. Rick and Morty's like cartoon satire, right? That's kind of the whole point. Or I guess it's kind of like, it's a little bit like South Park, right? Where South Park is very much a show that is all about satire, all about, critiquing the things that are happening in the world, just kind of depending on the experience of the experience that the show writers are experiencing at the moment. Rick and Morty is the same type of show. If you fire the thing that makes you less satirical, you tend to lose out on, regardless of what the reason is, you tend to lose out on what makes the show special or unique. At least that's what I've heard online when I've seen people discuss the Rick and Morty discourse. I could be wrong, but that was just what I've been hearing, is that they were eventually going to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Critical hits, Mr. Jason says, critical hits do double damage. You shot it with 5 shots of 32 damage arrows, so that should be 1,600 damage. Yeah, that checks out. It's like 160 times 2, that would be 320, because crits do double. And then, say 32 times 5 would be 160. So, yeah, like 1,600. That sounds correct. Or, Mr. Beartype says, or lose the voice actor for other reasons. Those are the reasons I'm referring to, Mr. Beartype, but I'm choosing to be generic and nondescript about them for a lot of different reasons. Link, good of you to come. Too curious to stay away. Who are you again? What a droll sense of humor. It's me, Wordsworth, the ancient Hyrulean scholar you met at Lookout Landing. Don't mind me. Head empty. Link is head empty a lot of the time. Aren't you curious about my findings here, Link? Link is more of a fighter and less of a scholar. Sorry. This is a picture of the stone tablet that fell from the sky at Lookout Landing. I managed to decipher the inscription on it using my notes on ancient Hyrulean I had in storage at this research lab. Here's what it says. Ones held in honor Hawk made to King Rauru and Queen Sonia. I said Sophia, it's Sonia. Okay. Thereafter to his sister. Oh no. His sister? Really? Really? Amogus. Everybody. Amogus. And on to Princess Zelda. I'm reading it as it's written, everybody. Here on this great stand on 12th... Oh my god. Oh, good lord. And on 12th month, withal make and dite min time with the royal family. What the heck? I'm losing brain cells reading this. Okay. Breathe, coin, you can do this. So mixed here. Remembrance preserving for the sake of him on whom our hope rests. It's ancient Hyrulean, everybody. There's not much to go on, but you can clearly read the names of King Rauru and Queen Sonia, the founders of Hyrule. The name Zelda is clearly legible elsewhere in the text. The author finishes by saying that she will write about the royal family's daily lives in 13 segments. It certainly seems to be a royal diary left behind by a chamberlain or someone of equivalent station. The part that catches my attention is the third name mentioned, Zelda. You just reminded me of something, Coin? Sure. What's up? What's up? Mr. Beartype says, interesting accent. Look, like I said, I'm reading it out how it's read. It's ancient Hyrulean. It looked like gibberish toward the end. You can tell what some of the words were, but I'm wondering, like, how much of that was wordplay upon the part of the script writers, and how much of it was, put it through an algorithmic generator, make up gibberish type stuff. Mr. Jason says, someone went to a local police station and stole all of our toilets. The police wanted to do something about it, but they had nothing to go on. That one was a bit of a stretch. I might even say that was the wrong one, but you know what? Gibberish is also a real mood. Steve Carell is a real mood. I'm going to keep that fumble in and not play the correct one. There's no record of anyone by that name in any of the other texts we've unearthed so far. but this is evidence that the name Zelda is much older than the princess. It dates all the way back to Hyrule's founding. I don't know about that, Mr. Wartsworth. What's written here must be the start of a first-hand account of Hyrule. Did you notice the number 13 there? That means there are 12 more stone tablets to be found. If a royal chamberlain really left these, it's an interesting perspective on the day-to-day life of the era, one which the history books don't mention. There's so much, my goodness. There's so much we could learn here of King Rauru, Queen Sonia, or even this curious woman named Zelda. 12 stone tablets left. Fascinating. If you happen to find more stone tablets on your travels, get some kind of visual evidence of them and show it to me. I'll make sure there's a nice reward in it for you. It's become clear that there are 13 stone tablets documenting the Age of Legends. By deciphering all of them, one could learn about the lives of the royal family of that era, which was not documented in any history book. Capture the stone tablets and pictures, and show them to Wartsworth and Kakariko Village. You still need to capture 12 stone tablets. What is this? This is like extra memories on top of all of this? Can we at least read everything, or are we just gonna be stuck holding the ticket? Read Calip's journal? Sure. While Taro and I were taking a break, he asked me, "Hey Calip, what attracted you to join the Zonai survey team?" A little flustered, I answered that I heard its research division was led by a brilliant man by the name of Taro. Because of you, essentially. I meant it sincerely, and in my heart, I longed to continue. You're not like these other dullards, you know. You immediately grasp the breadth of my vision. What is this LARP? Of course, no such thing passed my lips. Is this the part where I pull out the old documented entries that Julius Caesar would have in his journal on commenting about semi-naked men glistening in the moonlight? This is what that gives me the vibe of, by the way. Just writings of what men would say about other men in private because they are too embarrassed to have the words leave their lips to actually compliment a man for real. Did I see his weapons? Yes, I did see the weapons. All 3 pages of them. It's really impressive stuff. But I am certain that Taro and no one else is the man who can help the world see my indescribable worth. Our leader Taro has done nothing but surprise me since I joined the Zonai survey team. One day, I arrived at the research site to find him sitting on bare earth as he stared at a stone slab. I wished him a good morning, and to that he turned to me and said, "Ah, Calip, sorry I didn't notice you. Working overtime today, huh?" I thought back to the night before. As I was heading in, I saw Taro sitting on... What? I'm sorry, I'm having to do a double take when I'm reading this. Okay. I'm gonna read, but I thought I was just... I thought I was going through deja vu there for a second. Sitting on bare earth, examining a stone slab. It hit me then. He had stayed up all through the night puzzling over the slab, never moving from his perch. I felt a profound envy of his ability to focus so completely that the passing of time escaped his notice. It's a researcher's duty to use his wisdom and intuition to bring to light historical truths which the ruins would keep secret. It's not quite what a historian or a researcher does, but sure, that can be something they do. We carry on the work of our forebears and continue our pursuit tirelessly, then pass what we learn to those who come after. Our leader Taro understands well that this is not a task that could be completed in a single generation. He says this is why he wants to make so many discoveries, even if the credit to whom they belong is lost. That's the sort of man Toro is, but I, Dr. Callip, won't be so easily satisfied. My discoveries will be noteworthy, to be sure, but it is my name that I want to live on forever. Not just in people's memories, but in books, stone tablets, and, if I might be a trifle immodest, landmarks. You want fame, everybody. You want fame. Fame is fleeting. I forget the Latin phrase for it, but that's essentially what it translates to is fame is fleeting. People forget. Callip Valley, Callip River, the Callip Hills. My dreams recognize no boundaries. Dr. Callip. Man, I really, you know how people remember you, Dr. Callip? If they name an instrument after you called the calipers.
Sure, Jan.
Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system. I said it before. I'll say it again. They literally just took the word calipers and cut off the ERS, and you got a name. You got a name out of it. Baby name generator. Oh, hello. 5,000 rupees. Huh? Oh, welcome. Sorry, I must have drifted off. I'm just so tired lately. Look, I know it won't help to talk about it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. My grandmother's really sick. I'm running the shop while my little sister Leslie is looking after her. We're sort of getting by, but we're both so exhausted. I'm sorry about this, but we really need money for grandmother's treatment. I've had to hike up the prices on everything we have in stock. It's just for now, though. As soon as grandmother's healthy again, I can set her prices back to normal. I know I shouldn't bring my home situation into the shop with me. It's nice to get it off my chest, but I probably shouldn't have dumped all that on a customer. Okay, time to salvage my professionalism. I'm so sorry about that. Allow me to welcome you to Enchanted. Anyway, you can't get your hands on CC brand fashion unless you go southeast to Hateno Village. But why go there where you can meet all your fashion needs right here? We serve both style and quality. The CC brand is a fashion phenomena that's getting attention all over Hyrule. I can't believe such a hot brand came out of Hateno Village in Necluda. I hope my sister can go there to study fashion, but with her situation at home, well... Oh, excuse me, do you need something else? Talk to me about it. You see, my grandmother's sick in bed with a strange illness, and my little sister, Leslie, volunteered to take care of her. Leslie was supposed to be studying fashion out southeast in Hateno Village by now. But she loves her grandmother so much that she's put her dreams on hold. I'm sorry about this, but we really need money for grandmother's treatment. Yeah, you've had to hike up everything. Go on. I hope Leslie's been getting some rest. Speaking of, we should probably find Leslie and get that over with. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure these lovely ladies' houses are toward the back. If I remember Kakariko Village correctly, which I probably don't. That's an impressive carrot. You might be reprimanded if you take it. I thought for a second that Cuckoo had green eyes, and I was going to be really concerned that that's what happened, but I'm grateful that's not the case. Imagine if they did, though. That would be some amazing, that would be an amazing meme. I could probably make such a meme, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, it's not this house. It might be... I think it might be this one. I don't know who you are, but I'm sorry you have to see me like this. I'm dealing with an illness and don't have the strength to get up. If this is about the clothing shop, please talk to Clary. Illness? The other day when I was cleaning up the hill, I got too close to the chasm. It's when I accidentally touched that gloom. It seems to have taken quite a toll on me at my age. But don't worry, I'm all right for now. My granddaughter Lasley is looking after me. She should just be outside the house, just outside the house. The poor girl is very worried about me. I need to get better soon. Yeah, we need to find her because the quest is tied to that, probably. I'm almost 90% sure there's a quest. I can't believe we're less than 7 days from August, Mr. Jason says. Yeah, we're 6-7 days out. Also, the first letters of July, August, September, October, November spell out your name. That's, you know what? That is a eerie coincidence. Very eerie coincidence. Is that something that you typically, is that like a fun fact about your name? Do you share that a lot? I know that when I tell people about my first name, I have a few figures in modern and ancient history that I can draw from as comparisons to my name. Now, of course, it's in my best interest if I don't mention mine, but I know what that kind of fun fact is like. It's like it's word association, especially if your name is like not an easy spelling. American people, sorry, I'm ragging on my own here, but and trust me, I have plenty worse that I can rag about, but oh my god, the number of times that I have had people abbreviate my name to like the 5 or 7 letter version or misspell it is out of this world. Everyone, and I do mean everyone in America, would be perfectly happy with names like John or James or Sarah or Kathy or Benjamin, names like those. And those people would shorten that to Ben too. Super short names. I don't know what it is, but it's like if the name is more than 5 letters, people can't be arsed to say it. It makes me upset. What to do? At this rate, grandmother's health isn't going to... and Clary's so busy running the clothing shop. I'll just have to do it myself. I'll find a cure for my grandmother. Are you a traveler? I guess it doesn't really matter who you are, so long as you're willing to listen. You see, it's my grandmother. She got too close to that nasty gloom stuff, and now she's sick and bedridden. Porridge is about the only thing she can keep down right now. I've been trying to mix in ingredients that can help with gloom sickness, but none of them have had any effect. I need to cook a porridge that will make my grandmother better, and I need to do it soon. Porridge? Yeah, I need to know how to make that. It's my grandmother's favorite, made of Hylian rice, fresh milk, and wild greens. You might not normally think to mix those ingredients, but it's surprisingly good. I bought a bunch of Hylian rice and milk from the merchants who travel the road to the west, so I'm not hurting for those. But I still haven't found the crucial ingredient that fights off gloom sickness. Mr. Jason says, I just melted a blue Hinox before the health bar appeared. I can do that with regular Hinoxes almost. So doing that with a blue one is really impressive. Excellent work. I don't really know anything about the gloom myself other than what it does to you when you touch it. My grandmother was cleaning up East Hill for the survey team when she first noticed the chasm. We know now that the chasm's the source of gloom, but she had no idea. When she tried to take a look, she got exposed. But there's got to be an ingredient that counteracts gloom sickness somewhere out there, right? I feel a lot better after talking to you. Thanks for listening. I'll keep experimenting with recipes until I come up with a porridge that works on gloom sickness. Let's read these. The general store is at risk of running out of goods. The two old men who stock the store have left to drive monsters out of the ring ruin in the hills west of the village. Trissa is worried about the pair but can't leave the store to check on them. And then we have Lasley's grandmother is sick after exposure to gloom. Lasley's been experimenting with different ingredients to make a porridge that counteracts gloom sickness, but so far, nothing has worked. What was it? Rice? It was rice, greens, and fresh milk? I think those were the ingredients. I don't think we have any fresh milk. We have oil, but not any fresh milk. So this is the part where we do the...
You hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks.
This is the part where I shill. Gotta get that out of the way, right, everybody? I want to thank you guys for being here with me so incredibly much. Up to this point, I really do appreciate it. I've talked about the free methods to help the channel out, and you guys being here is more than enough. Promise. But if you guys do feel like being financially generous, I have plenty of avenues for this, both baked into Twitch itself, as well as, you know, in the description on YouTube, or underneath the video player on Twitch, or in the About Me section under the donations panel on Twitch. Please feel free to dig around with any and all of those. In particular, though, a Coffee or Patreon membership, a Twitch subscription, will get you some extra benefits that come along with that, such as an extra count when we go to vote on things. If you're on my Discord server, it's the only place we vote. That's where that benefit comes in. Early access to my thumbnails. Assuming, again, that you're part of the Discord. And, among other things, like priority on collaborative content. If you guys create content and you want to collab with me, subbing or having a membership makes it a bit more likely that I'm willing to meet you halfway on a game I don't have, or something along those lines. Those are just some of the things that I do in addition to the appreciation placard at the start of every stream that I read, in order to try to give back as much as I can. We do take 3-minute commercial breaks. There will be a timer up in the upper left-hand corner when the screen transitions over. When that timer is over, that'll be when we can get back to the gaming. Promise. I usually take stretch breaks during that time, and I highly recommend you guys do the same. Of course, a Twitch subscription will cut out the ads for you, or Twitch Turbo, I suppose, but why give Bezos any money when you could just use an ad blocker? That's going to be far better for you in the long run. Promise. I have everything scripted precisely so you don't have to buy ads that you don't need to buy. That you don't need to buy a subscription in order to get around. We have it scripted this way on purpose. So we have our 4 quests, but we're missing milk. I'm trying to think of how we get milk. I wonder if Rito Village has some. No, they would have had butter, not milk. I think milk is a merchant thing until we get to Hateno Village, and then there might be some milk. Trying to think. This might be the time where I bring out the map as well, and maybe the ingredient metadata or ingredient recipe checklist. yeah, I'll probably take a look at the checklist while we're on break. Because boy, oh boy, are there a lot of recipes. A lot of them. Too many to go through. I might also look into the whole milk thing over the commercial break. And I'll probably top off my drink too. A whole bunch of things, really. And that's exactly what I would recommend you guys do during your stretch break as well. Just do something fun. Do something you want to do, because ads are not a thing that anyone wants to do. We get advertised to enough in real life. Speaking of, how about you? We're hands-on with the ring ruins at last. I can't believe it. Letty, this chunk is just a small piece of one of the ring ruins. Nothing much, really. Speaking of rings, we're gonna come back to it after the commercial break. Thank you. Sorry about that, folks. I am back. And sorry for being late as well. I might call stream early again today. Even though I've gotten this medicine in me and it is working, it's not fully effective. So, like, the uncomfortable belching that I would experience, it's, you know, that belching and burping is kind of what I'm talking about here. That's gone away, but, like, the internal bloating, it's touched it a little bit. It's made it feel less bad, but still bad. So I'll put out an update about this on my personal Discord server after today, because I have no idea when this is going to resolve itself. I may actually need to get an appointment to go figure out what the heck I'm dealing with. I'm not the only person in my household that is dealing with this. And if their prognosis is anything like what mine's gonna be, I don't like what it could represent. Welcome back, Mr. Coin. Thank you, Mr. Jason. You'll just BRB what you get a cup of tea? Absolutely. You have to turn off your TV whenever you leave it for a little while now, because of course you just had to get an OLED TV, but it is a very fancy one. Overheating, right? You know, whenever you come back from your tea, that is. Trying to think of, I'm not very familiar with OLED technology, so I'm definitely in the dark on that. But I'm gonna guess it has to do something with the amount of heat the thing generates or could generate. I mean, compared to the main sites like that ring ruin over there, it's broken in two, but you can still see the full ring. But we can't visit that one by order of Princess Zelda herself. No one's allowed to go anywhere near it.
Ooh.
So, is it getting close up to this chunk here? At least? We can sweep up some of the fragments and sneak them away. We gotta study these ruins somehow, huh? Don't mind me, I'm just definitely leaving everything just as I found it. Wait, you're not with the survey team, are you? Oh, I thought we were gonna get yelled at again. We really want to become members of the Zonai survey team, so we came here to study the ruins. Did you know that the ring ruins have been found only in Kakariko Village and nowhere else? That's why the Zonai survey team sent its specialists to examine them. We figured this was a great opportunity to learn all sorts of things, but Letty has been running all over the place to look at this and that, so we've gotten nowhere fast. Come on, I'm sorry already. But after we're done here, want to see the stone slab found in each of the ring ruins? Huge discoveries, they say. Naturally. Let's see how many of those 5 ring ruins we can visit to see those. Neat. Wait, where's Dorian? I only just now realized that, you know, we spoke to Dorian, and then Dorian just kind of effed off. That's hilarious. So they were like, no. This is Mellie's cherished plum garden. If anyone but her goes in, the guard cuckoos attack all at once. Welcome back, Mr. Jason. I trust your cup of tea is a good one. Though I guess that warning comes a little late now. There's also an important experiment in cultivating dandelions going on here, so that's an even better reason not to enter. Mellie's Plum Garden. No trespassing. Yes. Good, good. That's good. This area is off limits. I'm borrowing the plum garden for my dandelion cultivation. Your TV. Yeah, since you're back from getting your cup of tea, why do you have to, if and you don't mind my asking, why do you have to turn it off whenever you leave it for a little while? It's a 55-inch 4K HDR 120 hertz OLED. Yeah, that is an OLED burn-in. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So let me see if I get this right. It's basically a heating issue. The OLED has like filaments or something in it that run really hot. So if you don't turn it off, you might come to find the OLED suddenly not being a functional TV anymore. Did I get that correct? Probably not, but worth a guess anyway. The Sundelion is a new species of plant. The first one was found on ruins that fell from the sky. I believe that means they grow on the Sky Island. I'm still in the middle of my investigation, but early results indicate that they have some sort of relationship with the gloom. If I can prove that, I think they might help those suffering from gloom exposure or aid our research of the depth. In any case, it's rare to find them on the surface, so I'm using the village's plum garden to see if I can cultivate them. Gloom isn't my area of expertise. Luckily, there's a specialist on the survey team. I consult him on gloom-related matters, excuse me. So you say. Yeah, so I looked into the milk issue. We gotta go to Hateno Village for that. There's just no way around it. We can't do this in our current position. So we're not getting the stealth gear anytime soon. It's fine, just unless I find a merchant that happens to sell the milk for some crazy reason, we're gonna have to go to Hateno to get some ourselves. In which case, we have a bunch of quests that I think I'm gonna leave until later because I would like for us to get some manner of Korok exploration done today. Burn-in is when part of an image, such as navigation buttons, persistent icons on a phone, channel logo, news ticker, or scoreboard on a TV, remain visible as a ghostly background no matter what else appears on screen. Okay, so not at all related to that. Yeah, I almost still want to say it's ghostly background. Yeah, that has nothing to do with heating. That's got to be a different phenomena related to the OLED as a whole. Sorry, people can probably tell I don't have an OLED anything, so my expertise on this is non-existent. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and get started with the Sky Archipelago and mark off some Koroks in the meantime. If you guys want to follow along on the map, we're going to go ahead and hide that. Just make sure I'm zoomed in the correct place. Okay, yes, this is the correct region. Okay. So there are really only okay, no, there are like a handful in Sky, but that's pretty much it. For around £12 a month, or roughly $16, it is covered for damage and accidental damage. You got your TV for a really good price? No doubt. And I'm willing to bet you'd like to keep it that way. And, you know, not have to buy a new one under these conditions. The geopolitical conditions of the world, right? £1,099, or roughly $1,400. And that's on sale? Yeah, on sale. I don't want to think about what that would look like now with tariffs and the rare earth mineral like shortage, quote unquote. Just a whole bunch of world issues. Yeah, let's keep it that. Let's keep your TV shelf stable, shall we? All right, let's mark these. We're getting a lot of things, but a controller is not one of them, unfortunately. Okay, so there's one that looks to be maybe right about here. It's probably that tree, if I had to guess. When new in 2023, it was 2,399 pounds. Or $2,400. $2,400. Wait, that math seems off. Or maybe it happens to be about the same price. Who knows? I shouldn't assume that. 3,400. No, my reasoning was correct. I really got to be more confident in when I'm spotting things. It's like a huge problem of mine. Happens all the time. Can people tell I have confidence issues yet? Probably. 3,200. Well, the important part is yeah, I guess our 1.5 multiplier wouldn't work there, right? Because 1.5 would be, let's see, basically what, 2,300? It's like 1,200. That'd be no, that multiplier is correct. You just gotta really take a second and think through things. Yeah, the important part is just it's expensive, and no one wants expensive. Yeah, I'm lucky my folks have the TV that we have. It's like a 44-inch screen. It's not a smart TV or anything, but it does come with like its own programming and stuff, among other things. And boy, would we be unable to afford it if that broke. Okay, I have... Oh, what's this third one? Okay, nothing of the sort. There's also one thing that kind of commands that price. It's a Sony Bravia. That's like another TV, right? I think I've heard of that name before. Feels like a TV brand. I would assume just the price of like gold and you know microchips and aluminum would kind of command the really high price that you'd expect from or that you would come to expect from. That is a TV brand? Okay, good. Yeah, like the price of metal. Oh, I guess silver too. Yeah, all of the precious metals are quite expensive. Aluminum, titanium, platinum, gold, silver. All of those are practically used in circuit boards, and they do command quite a price. You know, even if they weren't being sold for jewelry, right? Silver, gold, and platinum are all used in various alloys, in addition to just gold plating or circuit boards. It does make jewelry. It really does command quite a high price per ounce because of that. It's getting to be quite scarce. I think I see what we need to do already. Alright, let's recover our stamina and grab this Korok. And the game even expects you... Well, actually, you could probably have gotten to this without Tulin, but it would be kind of tight. I think the devs have done a much better job around balancing around where they roughly expect Link's abilities to be. Roughly, anyway. If you guys want to follow along as we grab all these Koroks, do feel free to type in !TOTK MAP on Twitch or star TOTK MAP on YouTube. There should be a little bit of a timer or a message floating around on the YouTube side. If you guys want to copy paste it instead. And for you guys on Twitch, if you type in !Firebot commands, all one word, all lowercase, exactly as you think it's spelled, Firebot commands, you can get a list of all of the relevant ones that are important to you. I also have those commands available on my Discord, and for you lovely moderators, I also have a copy of those commands available in the appropriate moderator-only channel in my Discord as well. For the ones I do keep hidden, I do keep a lot of the moderator commands hidden because nobody but the moderators need to know what those commands even are in the first place. Absolutely nobody. Nobody but them. I was looking at a Reddit post, Mr. Jason goes on to say, I was looking at a Reddit post on Pokemon Legends Z through A, pre-order bonuses and bundles, and someone said, another sad day to be an American. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. Yeah, all of it's self-inflicted too, but, I want to refrain from talking about too many geopolitical things, but the tariffs really do stink, and they're totally, completely unnecessary. It just... As an American, the thing I'm gonna say more than anything else is I'm sorry. I did not ask for this. I did not vote for it. I didn't even get the chance to vote, but if I had, I certainly would not have voted for this. I want people to know that I'm not one of the crazies. I'm surrounded by the crazies. I'm not one of them. I have mad respect for my English, European, Australian, Canadian, and other worldwide friends that visit the stream every single day. I'm very, very aware of the current political climate, as Mr. Jason has very nicely put it for me. Oh, no. This predates the climate for a long time. Okay. Since 2014, Nintendo UK and Europe have given steelbooks and figures and all cool things. So this is those exclusive products that don't make it to America, right? Specifically the United States. I should really say that, because America can be a bit confusing for other viewers. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. We tend to miss out on a lot of the collectibles. Now, I myself, am not a collectible enthusiast. I'm very much a minimalist. I have like a couple of posters in my room, of like games. But for the most part, my decor is pretty bare bones. Okay, so why is all of this here? Why? What's the point? It's just a bunch of platforms. With Pokemon Legends Arceus, the UK and Europe received a Nintendo Switch cartridge case that is shaped like a Hisuian Pokeball. Nice. And it came with the pre-order, right? Like, obviously they don't ship that if you just buy the game. It's got to be like a pre-order package, right? Thought so. Okay. Then, I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, we missed out on that. Someone's usually gotta give us Americans the we're reselling it to you on Etsy or something. Or eBay, or, you know, they bought it and it turns out, oh, they actually really don't like it all that much. That's usually how we get that sort of stuff. We're gonna just put in a couple of these. I think there might be 1 or 2 devices that are new in here. Construct head. A Zonai device that always faces whatever it deems an enemy. Attach a combat Zonai device to the head for homing attacks. Interesting. So I think this is what folks were referring to when they were talking about auto homing or auto locking weapons on things. Makes sense. Hydrant. A Zonai device that gushes water when struck. According to legend, Sky Island saw water shortages long ago, but became lush and fertile thanks to this technology. Makes sense. Yeah, so that pretty much takes care of the devices there. We're just gonna do this a few times. It was originally with Amazon, and you don't trust Amazon? Fair enough. But thankfully, my Nintendo store added listings for it, and so they gained 2 more pre-orders from you. Nice. The Zonai head is the component that you can attach lasers to, which basically melt a Lionel. Yeah, I think now that whole... even though I think they still have Zonai resistance, the fact that it auto-locks onto an enemy, I think, is why that's true. You don't have to constantly re-aim it. It aims itself. Okay, how many of these do we have? I would like 10. At least 10, so if I make, like, some weighty mistake, we can, like, fix it. One to 2 more rounds. Well, actually, it's random. I don't even know. Nice, Link. Fantastic. I genuinely feel for someone else too, Coin. Who's that? Who do you feel for? Yet another Lionel? Perhaps a real-life friend? We've talked about a litany of people today. Okay, I believe we have... Yeah, okay, we have more than 10. We're good here. In that same Reddit post that you mentioned... this is going back to exclusive products again. In that same Reddit post that you mentioned above about the Pokemon Legends Z through A, someone said cries in Canadian. Yes. And that probably also predates the current political climate. Although, unlike the American one, I do not think that the current Canadian political climate would bar them from getting these things. I really don't think so. I think that's like that's going to be a uniquely American prospect moving forward. But yeah, pretty much North America as a whole tends not to get the exclusive products unless, again, someone sells them to us. I thought for sure they would have made us TotK Crystal back. Oh, wait, no. The thing does not have a rock embedded in it. Yeah, we got a TotK Crystal back here. All right. Let's go find ourselves a crystal. And maybe we can even find a, maybe we can even make one of these, like, air controller things that are stored in our schematics. Maybe we could do that. I don't expect to get too much done today, but I'm gonna at least do my best. Now, out of all the Pokemon titles, the Legends Arceus, and I guess Z through A as well, is like the only other, those are like one of the only ones I've not actually played. I've at least played the mainline versions of all the originals. I played Pokemon Coliseum and oh god, its sequel. There are probably some spin-offs I've not played, but I've at least played the mainline stuff. Legends is the only one I've not, that looked actually pretty compelling, that I just didn't touch. No, I didn't want to push it that far. Okay, that ought to do nicely. Ooh, we have a problem. That is not gonna work. That is not gonna work. I need to figure out another mechanism for this. No way, that's not high up enough. Okay. Let me think. Hover bike? Maybe the hover bike. Yeah, let's try it. What's the hovercraft? There's the fan plane. I'm trying to think. Hover bike. Oh, Kappa. Yeah, I don't have the controller to make that. But I could try to make maybe a fan plane. No, there's no way. That's not enough. A hot air balloon would probably do it. Yeah, a hot air balloon should do it. The fan plane is good, but you're not a fan of the glider expiring. Yeah, that's like my biggest detraction, is that the wings expire. But if the fan plane is good, then I should at least it's probably feasible for this. Let's just try. So the fan plane is what? 1 wing and 3 fans? And maybe a rocket as well. Really, game? All right. Game really just said you gotta be pointed right. You can't be facing the ramp there. All right. So there is. Let's make our fan plane. Let's go ahead and build it. Then we'll build a rocket as well. And where do I want to put this? Maybe here? I gotta be careful about this. Nope. I'm gonna lose that really quick. Dang it. Australia has a rug that looks like the TOTK glider. Nice. It's not all correct. Okay. Let's get this tilted around and working correctly. And ideally without me muffing it up too much more, huh? That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You would love to buy it, but I know you would keep it sealed. Yeah, like, you would take it out and use it, but then you would feel bad every time you walked across it. Yeah, that would be, that's not too particularly great. I could certainly see why you would have qualms buying it. That really just happened. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we lost all the parts. Okay, what I have learned is that this thing here does not work for fan planes. Also, I'm pretty sure it wasn't going to do anything anyway, because we don't have a track to place it on. This game is so much fun, eh? Look, building things isn't my strong suit. It's really not. But it is fun to try to figure things out. Okay, let's try building this from history. And then maybe save this device somehow? Oh, wait. Wait a sec. Wait a second. Let's take that rocket out of here. Hold on. I knew I had favorited something earlier. Okay, so there's that. We just need the headlight. It's gonna take it out of our zonite ore anyway, so we might as well build it. And then we just put the rocket out front. And this thing will just do the rest. No, don't grab that. You need that thing in the top middle underneath, or it's not taking off. Okay. Let's fix that. The heck? Okay, we can just... You said top middle underneath. That's not right. Yeah, top middle. You think look in inventory? Top middle, yeah, middle. Here. Okay, it's definitely got to be underneath this. It's got to be underneath this. Directly at the middle in the top row. Look at the inventory again. Okay. Oh, you're telling me what item to use. I'm sorry. That I was completely dense there. Top middle. Oh, you're telling me it has to be on a flat surface. That's what you're saying. So I need to bring out a cart. Maybe something like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're telling me if this thing isn't sitting on a... Oh, yes. Derp. Duh. It actually needs to, I don't know. You know, be an airplane. Or it's not taking off if it doesn't have wheels. That's I guess I'm so conditioned to putting these things on. No, don't do that. Or you take away the wheels when you do that, coin. It's right here. Hello there, Mr. Shiny. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well in both body and mind today, and hope you enjoy your stay. I'm gonna actually do myself the favor and favorite this thing and unfavorite this other thing so that we have it for next time. There we go. That should get us a bit closer to what we wanted. And we have plenty of battery if we actually really need it. You've come in just in time. We have started the long and grueling process, Mr. Shiny, of getting many, many, many Korok seeds after only like 2 hours of talking in Kakariko Village. We're just gonna take this and put that right there. Now, what did this game give us to use here that I can see? There's a wing. There's a cart. There's a controller. There are fans. There are batteries. Basically the same device I was just told, or basically just put together minus the batteries. You know what I'll do is we're gonna put those batteries on our little device for ourselves. Probably somewhere on the tips of the wings there. The game is telling you to just wing it. The spinster duo has certainly made their appearance. Now, Mr. Shiny, I think Mr. Jason already knows this, but there is a pretty good possibility I'll be cutting my stream early again. I am still grappling with bloat issues. I thought the medicine that I took today would help, and it is helping. I was definitely feeling worse, but I'm really struggling. I don't feel like I'm gonna make that 4th hour, so I'm just putting that out there so that people are not upset that, you know, that you've only got maybe 20 or 30 minutes out of me. I'm not sure what's going on with my body at the moment. I don't know if it's a bacterial infection or if it's something worse. I'm not 100% sure. All fine, man. Your well-being is absolutely the most important here. I appreciate that. Thanks. Just making sure I'm transparent, you know. Mr. Jason says, I have a little bit of OCD with the fans. You have to have the icons on the back of the fans pointing up. On the backs of the fans. So are we talking this icon here with like the little, I guess I could only describe this as like, it looks like a brush. Yeah, yours are, okay, it is that exact one. Yours are all pointing up. So I take it there are definitely some people that have had more interesting designs. We're gonna favorite that and unfavorite this one. But not favorite the crystal design that's being put on top of this. I don't think this is gonna fly too well, but we're gonna try. Oh, it probably also needs a rocket because it's way too weighted down. It's fine. What I spent so much time farming for is exactly to have that. Let's try this again. This feels pretty nice. It implies that fans can sweep through most of the things in this game. Ah, yes. Okay, I gotta be extra careful. I gotta, like, stick the landing. I gotta make the landing. I'm historically bad at landing flight craft. Oh, no. For the love of God, please be overland when this is happening. No, please stop. Oh my God. It happened again. You're genuinely surprised that the masters over at Hyrule Engineering have not made a Zonai King Gliok yet? I guess it would be like a giant three-headed flying creature, right? I mean, yeah, unless we have like a better device than wings, any sort of device like that would be short-lived. That is, I just... This has just been a complete disaster. You have the flame, frost, and shock emitter. Yeah, we do in fact have one of those. Okay, good. I can at least travel. That means we can reset the, we can reset this. I was really, really worried that... So you feel like a Zonai Gliok would be possible? It should be. Like, the emitter part is correct, and, you know, you can even have the, you know, heads all locking on. I think it really just comes down to, you know, what all the parts available do, and do any of them even get you halfway close to what a Gliok King could do. I'm willing to bet it isn't all just breathing heads. There are probably things like barrel rolls or swan dives or flyby attacks. I'm willing to bet there's quite a lot that the creature does. Okay. Well, at least we have the auto build, so we just have to... Well, actually, you know what I could do? In an effort to, like, conserve some of those parts is... It would be, what? A rocket, a hoverstone, and... There was one other thing in the schematic. A battery. Okay. Yeah, a battery. Do we have plenty of those? We have a few of those. I probably don't want to make too many of those, but... One or two of them probably won't be all that bad. Let me also make sure I haven't missed chat. Isn't that essentially Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla in that situation? Yeah. On the aforementioned subreddit, someone made a post titled, "You built the Death Star?" Oh, that probably took a ton of time and a ton of plates or logs to get... Oh, I think I know how we get there. I think I know exactly how we get there. There are going to be parts over there that we can use. There has to be something. They wouldn't put tracks on these on here without that. And I was right. All right. Attempt number 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'll have to look at that subreddit and see that post for myself, because that is fascinating. I do not want to make that. I want to come back here and go to the favorites. Is it doing it in like sequence or something? Oh, it already has those things on it. Okay, what is it missing then? It's missing the searchlight thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm on the right track now. That don't think that was said as a joke, but it did serve as a joke. Cart and the light, you don't need those. Oh, good point. Well, the nice thing with auto building using real Zonai devices is that we can in fact... Okay, what's missing now? Oh, it's because I don't have the cart. Yeah, one of the nice things about building with real parts is that we can always dismantle the real parts, right? Like if we don't need the cart, we could leave it behind. And I'm pretty sure there's even a cart in the place where we're flying to. All right, and then we just unglue that. Is that a... What is that? Hold on, what is this? Oh, it's a cannon. Oh no. What the heck was... Yeah, fires at random thing. I'm not surprised that happened.
You hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks.
You guys know the spiel at this point. We do take commercial breaks here on Twitch. For YouTube, it's mostly going to be some lonely minutes. If that killed you, would that be a canonical ending? That one is definitely a dad joke of all time, for sure. So the commercial breaks, they're 3 minutes long. I highly recommend taking stretch breaks for yourselves. I always have them scripted in such a way that nobody has to fear missing out on anything, because nobody likes ads, and I certainly don't like this adscape. Hate it. So when the screen transitions, there will be a timer on the top left of the screen. It ticks down. When it hits 0 and it disappears, I should be back from my desk or back to my desk, and we should be ready to, at the very least, spend a few minutes gabbing with each other before we call the stream. You know, my internal feelings notwithstanding, I'll give you guys a bit of a report when I come back, because if I think I can push through, I'll try, but if I don't think I can push, I'm not going to. It's just putting that out there so people know what to expect. Mr. Jason says, someone else in the aforementioned subreddit made a fighter plane with lasers that melted a King Gliok. I'm not surprised. You admire and respect those masters on the subreddit? Yeah, imagine fighting everything with Zonai devices instead of the weapons you carefully and, meticulously crafted over the course of many, many, many hours. Just... Nah, I'll just use a machine. Who even needs the Master Sword? Mr. Shiny says, back in the day you wouldn't mind ads, but nowadays it's all just boring stuff without any substance to it. Here in America, a lot of it is pharmaceutical ads. A lot of it is pharmaceutical ads, or products for snacks or health and wellness foods, or things like that. It's all kind of boring stuff. Oh, am I not getting enough thrust? I might not be. Okay, good. At least it's stable. There. Let's if we don't have to use parts, let's not do that. I think you needed a rocket for that. It just took a little bit longer. Definitely gonna use a rocket and a cart on the way back out, though. Yeah, I totally get it, which is why I say what I say about the advertisements. It's why I structure everything. I know they're annoying. I know people wouldn't want to watch them. I don't watch them. I tab out. I do other stuff. So I have it set up. I have it set up in such a way that it shouldn't really be a concern in anyone's mind, you know. Okay, wait, there's a wing, where, and there's a battery. I think that, what's missing? A rocket? Okay, a rocket is what's missing. Some YouTube advertisements are just plain scams as well. Yeah. Some of them are advertisements for corn. I'm being super obtuse with that on purpose. We'll talk about that when we come back from the break, everybody. See you guys then. Sorry about that, folks. I am back. Yeah, my body ain't feeling it. So we're gonna at least fly this crystal out of here, after I have, dropped a rocket, so that we can build this thing. We're gonna navigate this lovely thing over to the shrine, and then we're going to move about business. Is that everything? Yeah, that appears to be everything. Okay. I'm gonna do myself a favor, and I'm gonna save. Because I screwed this up once. I don't want to do it again. Also, I can go ahead and already tell you guys that there are currently not any people on Twitch that I'll be raiding out to today, so we can all kind of happily conclude as one big group all at the same time. Now let's go ahead and try to navigate this accordingly. And now we put it in park. There, that was way better. At least I could reload the darn thing. Perfect landing. Thank you. I guess I should probably update the Google Calendar as well if I think this is going to be a consistent problem with me for the time being. Yeah, for those who don't know or have not yet, had a chance to have me talk about this yet, I maintain my schedule on a Google Calendar. I've got it all set up and everything. It's available to invite yourselves to on my Discord server to look at for yourselves, because I don't really update. I should make sure I update the Twitch schedule to have the correct game. Like, I should do at least that. But outside of that, I don't really update the what the schedule looks like on the Twitch side. And while YouTube is generally accurate, while the YouTube is generally accurate, there are some times where I may adjust something on the calendar and maybe it slips past me on YouTube. I've been pretty good about that lately, but I like to leave myself that out just in case. So the Google Calendar is by far the most accurate way to see my schedule for the stream. Not that it changes much, but if there are ever any updates, the Google Calendar is where you guys should probably look first. While I was on break, you went over to that subreddit and they made a Ferrari, someone else made a Batmobile, and someone else made Fenrir, the motorbike from the Final Fantasy game. Yeah, Fenrir, which is also a summon as well. Part creature, part bike, if I remember correctly. Oh, that's another list of games I could probably bring. I've got Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, 15. I've got a few that I could probably play for everybody. I have actually played Final Fantasy 15 for the channel before. Dropped it midway when I was in college. Had to work on stuff. Ooh. That did not necessarily make my gut feel any better. Oh my goodness. It's being very sensitive right now. Oh. Let's see. Mr. Shiny says, you've seen someone make a working chopper. Impressive stuff considering the fact that you love motorcycles. Oh, complete with exhaust pipe and everything? That's pretty cool. I too love motorcycles. I'm not the most avid enjoyer of them, but I do like the experience on a motorcycle. I just wouldn't want to drive one. And then Mr. Jason says someone else made up a goblin grinder. Nice. Thanks. Thanks, game. I messed up with the canon. It's nice that the game rectifies this for me. Okay. My lovely senators and inductees, you guys have been awesome. I do apologize for the shorter than normal streams as of late. It's a health thing. This isn't going to be permanent insofar as I know. But I will get to the bottom of this. You guys have my word, and I will keep everybody... I don't need to inform everybody of all the nitty little details or anything, but, you know, I do want to keep you guys informed and up to date. So I'll make sure I post that on both Discord and YouTube. That's like the other place where I put out announcement posts. That's really about it. So if you guys are on YouTube, you will also see that too, just in case. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome, Mr. Jason. Any amount of time is a good time spent. It's completely fine. I hope you'll recover fast. Thanks. I hope so too. Because I don't like what the current possibilities are in my mind for what this could be. I hope I can get an appointment soon and have this figured out. But my senators and inductees, my name is Coinstamp, or most people call me Coin. This has been another episode of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Next time, we're going to continue exactly where we left off with all these wonderful Koroks we have to go collect, among many other things. There's so many beautiful things in this lovely land that I look forward to showing each and every one of you. So many more things. My senators and inductees, do take care of yourselves. Do stay safe. You're welcome in my hallowed halls anytime, whether that be on my social media, which you'll find in the link tree, in the description, or underneath the video player on Twitch. Feel free to send me a message there if you want. I usually do see those. Or, you know, on my Discord. You guys can always send me messages on my server or in my DMs if that's where you want to speak to me. I'll see you guys next time. And with that, goodbye.